Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and we are going to continue in our series of mini exporting masterclass. Mini exporting masterclass. So, in this 7 day series, I believe that if you calmly watch the whole series from the first series down to from the first part to this part, I believe you can start the export business on your own. You can easily create the awareness and the environment for your foodstuff export business to thrive. And for this part, we are going to be looking at how to start a profitable foodstuff export business. How to start a profitable foodstuff export business. I'm going to be taking you through some few angles, some few parts that you have to understand to start your own foodstuff export business. So by the time we enter into the next class, I'm going to be showing us like a new dimension into which we can actually do a bulk or a voluminous export when it comes to food stuff. So also, don't forget that for this masterclass for this series that we've been having since last week, you can get everything from my book, A to Z of Mini Exporting. A to Z of Mini Exporting. The ebook costs 20,000 naira, so you can just order for that and it will be sent to you immediately. So, how do you start a profitable foodstuff export business, a profitable one? The first thing that I usually or explain to my students or to every wannabe exporter is you have to put in the time to plan. You have to put in the time to plan. It's very important because the better you can plan ahead, it will enable you to see what you want and where you are going so that at the end of the day you are not frustrated or you don't just feel like maybe you are not getting what you want in the business, then you just quit. So most of the time I advise that you start the business as a side hustle. You can start it as a side hustle, maybe while running your undergraduate program or postgraduate program, or maybe while doing your 9 to 5 job. So you can be pushing your foodstuff export business by the side also. And then from there, you can go into the business full time. Can go into the business full time. So the first thing is for you to plan. What are the things uh, that you have to plan? You have to understand why you want to venture into the foodstuff export business. If it's short term, if it's long term, if it's just about for you to raise some funds, then after you are able to get those funds, you quit the business, or maybe you want to build a brand. So like for instance, some of my students, they've been able to establish a brand in the foodstuff export business. Like they make their own cartons, they produce their own packaging products and items and all that. And you also have to, understand if maybe you are already a producer of food products or food items, and you are looking at how you can push that out or how you can expand it into various markets or different markets, how you can expand your brand. So if the mission for you is to expand your brand, it's different from if you don't have such products on ground and you are just entering into the business to to you know to create a brand or to just start pushing your own brand. So because for some entrepreneurs, they are already producing food products here in Nigeria, they're already in the business and they are selling, they are doing very fine, but they are just looking at how they can go expand the brand into other countries and continents of the world. Okay, so a very important one is ask yourself, if you don't make sales in 1 year of starting the business, will you quit? Yes, this is very important. If there's no sale, if if you don't get a buyer in your first 12 months of the business, are you going to quit? Are you going to quit the business, or are you still going to be pushing in the business? So this is something that is very important, because most of the time, or sometimes, without proper mentoring, without proper mentorship, you might spend more time searching for buyers. And when it comes to export business, if there is no buyer, there is no business. Because if there is no importer on the other side who requests for your product, or who requests for you to export to them, there is no business. That means money is not coming in and transaction is not happening. So, what's the plan? In how many months do you want to make sure that you get you get a buyer, or you get an importer to do business with you? So all these comes into the plan that you are going to have before going into the business. So one of the things that is going to really enhance your planning is streamlining your focus. Like, the export industry is a very wide one. It's a very huge industry with lots of uh, opportunities that everyone wants to explore. In the export business, we are able to categorize it into mini exporting and containerized exports. This mini exporting also has different categories of products, items that can be exported. But for this class, we are focusing on food stuff alone, just food stuff alone. And if you look at our first class in this series, we spoke about food stuff categorization and packaging. In that categorization, you see we went through different types of foodstuffs that are available, that you can use to start your business, or that you can use to start into pushing in the food stuff export business, in the food stuff export business. So how do you streamline your focus? How do you make sure that you are not just doing everything, and you are able to target uh, some audience or some people that will make your business grow faster, that will make people buy from you faster and earlier. So you want to select the food product, that is which product or which item or which food stuff do you really want to be packaging, be processing, and be shipping out of the country. Then, do you have a country you're actually looking at? Do you have any choice? You know, over the years, some people have had different kind of experience with importers or with Nigerians in diaspora. Some people, or some exporters. Let me say some exporters already. Some of them, they don't want to export to some particular location, maybe because of uh, the kind of people that they've related with or have interaction with. So, do you have a choice country, like maybe, oh, I just want to do this business with the UK, or I just want to do it with Canada, I just want to do this with Australia, or Dubai pays better when I'm exporting this product there. So these are some of the things that are really going to help your planning. So the target audience of the country, then you also have to decide between if you want to go for finished products, uh, or you want to export raw products, that you are not the one who made the process or the packaging and all that. You just go to the market and buy it. You pack it, make sure that it's not going to spoil. At least it's have a shelf life of maybe a month or 2 months or 3 months, and you ship it to your buyer. So checks to start your foodstuff export business. One of the things that you have to look into before starting, or you have to try to understand that okay, you need to have these things on ground that will help you. One is registration with the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, is not really a must that you when you want to when you are exporting food stuff, mini exporting. But if you are into containerized export, you will need that. It's a must. Corporate bank account also is not a must for mini exporting. It's a must for containerized export, though. And you need an internet and smartphone for marketing, basically, for communication purpose, so that you are able to, call someone on WhatsApp, on Telegram, on Messenger, do the necessary video calls that you have to do for marketing purpose. Then your 10-man list. So when we started this series, I started to talk about the 10-man list and why it is important. So the 10-man list is very important because it helps you. It saves you time. It saves you money. It saves you it brings you up to speed ahead of time so that you have prospective buyers that you can just work with or that you can just connect to and do business with. So the 10-man list is all about you sitting down, making sure that you get um, people that maybe you've related with in the past, or be family and friends, work colleagues that are no longer in Nigeria but are in other countries of the world, and you can do business with. You've been explaining to them or telling them, send them messages about your product or about the food items that you can help them with, that you can ship to them, if they need something like that. So even if these people, in case none of them even want what you are offering or what you are selling them, they can be the one to refer you to the person or the right maybe food store, maybe supermarket that will make the order that you want from you. So this very important that you have a 10-man list at least. The 10-man list is just me giving it 10. It could be more than that, could be 50, could be 100, depending on the number of people you know in diaspora that can help you with your market. So your product offer letter. Your product offer letter, that's a letter that has the details of what you want to ship or what you want to be exporting out there, the name, the company that processed or that made it, that manufactured the product, and if it's not a finished goods, the market, you can put in the market where it is bought, where you sourced it from in Nigeria or other parts of West Africa, so that they will know where the product is coming from. So you can put in the details like what does it contain in terms of nutrients and all that. So let's say, for instance, you are exporting palm oil. So your palm oil could be cholesterol free. You could have cholesterol. So uh, you need to put this into your product offer letter, because this product offer letter, what you now do is you send it to your 10-man list while talking to them about what you do and convincing them to do business with you. You can send it to their email, you can send it to their phones, you can send it to them so that they can look through it, and it can also be sent to companies. It can also be sent to companies, organizations, and not necessarily individuals over there. The companies and organizations can even buy bulk quantities from you. Then, do you have sample products or product samples for intending customers? So, let's say you are talking to someone to start buying your products in Dubai and you want to be shipping that product out to the person. It's also good that if you can offer that person samples, if you can tell them that, okay, I'm going to send maybe a sample to you tomorrow. So when you taste or when you try the product, if you like it, you let me know. So most of the time, these samples, the cost will usually fall on you, but it helps because if the product is really good and the client or the intending client uh, likes it, that it can bring in a lot of referrals that will help your business at the end of the day. So, structured marketing, digital marketing plan. So, in one of our classes, I've said that if you don't understand digital marketing, it's good if you can attend a master class on digital marketing or a training, a proper digital marketing training, so that you get exposed to how you can use the social media space for your marketing. So it's not every day or every time that you get to use make use of B2B platforms like India Mart, Alibaba, AliExpress, and co. So sometimes it might just be your normal Facebook page, you on your WhatsApp, on Telegram. So it might just be through these channels that you start creating tractions and you start getting customers and you start doing different transactions. So you having a good knowledge of digital marketing is very important. Then operational partners such as your freight agent and shippers. So before while you are preparing, you're planning to starting the foodstuff export business. It's good that maybe you visit cargo handlers, cargo handling agencies. Uh, then you try to talk to one or two of their agents. Get their contacts. Let them know what you are trying to do, so that by the time or any time you have a need for their service, you can just call them up. You can they can just deliver their service for you to handle your package and have it shipped on your behalf then foodstuff exports pricing strategies. So one thing is we have different pricing strategies for foodstuff exporting. Bearing in mind that person you are talking to, or this class, is also a Nigerian and he's living in Canada now, he's living in US, Australia, and they have families that they can talk to here in Nigeria, and they can. So if you are giving them price, if your price is too high, it's easy for them to just call someone in the country and say, "Oh, check out this price for me. Is it not too high?" So it's easy for the person that doesn't really understand what's happening, that doesn't really understand what you are going through in the logistics, in buying, in sourcing the product, and different angles, to just tell your client that, oh, the price is too high or it's too expensive. Then your client thinks maybe you just want to rip him or her off. So there are different models to use, but whichever model you are going to choose, you have to make sure that your client understands your pricing model, so that if it happens that he or she calls someone in Nigeria, she will understand that, oh, this is why the price is like this, or okay, uh, the price is not too high, but maybe because of logistics or maybe because of that. So the first one is direct pricing. Direct pricing. And when you buy foodstuff from market at X Naira and also sell at the same price, which is X Naira, to your client. So you bought it 5 Naira, you already told your client it's 5 Naira at the market. So there, you are not adding any margin to the price of the products that you are sourcing at the market. So you just go to the market and you know that, okay, I'm shipping Gary to this person. I'm shipping beans. I'm shipping honey. I'm shipping dried pepper. I'm shipping dried fish, dried snail. This is how much for 1 kilogram. It's 5,000 naira, and you're also selling it at that same 5,000 naira to your clients. So that means when it comes to this aspect of direct pricing, you charge separately for your service. So you charge, uh, you let your client understand, okay, this is the price at the market, but by the time I buy everything, packaging it, processing it, the logistics, the movement, going up and down from different markets, trying to get the best quality of the item, and my own profit margin, everything, I'm going to charge it as a service, as my service to make this happen or get to you. So you can charge service separately and the product or item separately. So your client understands that, okay, what everything I want to buy, the total is 200,000 naira or 300,000 naira or 5 million naira, but you are charging for your service separately. Maybe your service is 500,000, maybe your service is 50,000, depending on the item, the quantity, the packaging, and logistics. That is where you had to source the item from. So that is for direct pricing. That is for direct pricing. We also have logistics pricing. Logistics pricing. So for the logistics pricing, it's still you are still selling the item. You are still selling the item for the same price that you bought it at the market. Just that now you are charging separately for logistics. So you are not charging in as a service anymore. You are not charging as, okay, I'm rendering a service and I'm charging you for the service I'm rendering, but you are charging for logistics. And your logistics includes, the local movement from your house to the market to another market and all that and back to your house, plus the freight, that is the freight to for your air freight that is going to, send the items to directly to your client, and it also contains your profit margin or whatever profit that you want to make in that business. You put it on your logistics. You add it to your logistics. So what you are just charging for is logistics and price of the item. So it makes the client thinks or looks like, okay, it's cheaper, it's better maybe than the previous one. So it depends on the kind of clients that you are relating with. So you have to put that at the back of your mind. So there's also selling pricing. For this selling price, when you buy food stuff from market at X naira, you are selling that item you bought for X naira to your client at a price of X plus Y. Now you are adding to it. What you are adding to it is going to take care of your logistics, your profit margin, your packaging, and every other thing. Which means that your client already understands that the bill that you are sending him or her, or when you say this food item is 20 naira, it means that that 20 naira will get that food item to his doorstep, or maybe to uh, his the port where he's going to clear the goods, depending on the arrangement between both of you. So he's going to understand that this price that you are giving him, this X plus Y, will get the product or the item directly to me in my country. So that's selling price pricing. That's selling price pricing. You are not bringing in any other price, just the price you want to sell. He pays you, he gets the goods, the item. Some clients prefer that. Some clients they prefer that selling price. Just give them one price and that's all. Now for the hybrid pricing, when you buy at the what you buy at the market is also what you at the rate at which you buy at the market is also the same rate you sell to your client. Just that in this case you charge for logistics and also you charge for service. So you are being the hybrid this hybrid pricing is it looks like it's transparent. It's transparent in the face of your client because now you are letting your client know that the biscuit is sold for 5 naira 10 naira, 50 naira, 100 naira, I'm selling it to you at the same price. But the movement, the money I spent in going to the market, buying this biscuit is 50 naira. To ship it to you and all that, it will cost an extra 5,000 naira. Now, for my own job, my own service, and all that, I'm charging you 1,000 naira. So at the end of the day, you have to pay 7,000 naira or 8,000 naira. So this is how the hybrid strategy, this is how it works. So for the logistics, you might put in a profit margin, if you like. Your profit margin can actually be in your service that you are charging separately, because in actual fact, the service, when you are charging for service, that should be your profit. That should be your profit. So depending on the kind of client that you are dealing with, you can just choose to go with hybrid pricing, whereby everything make everything transparent concerning the pricing model, and uh, you have a fixed price for your service, in which you are telling the person that whether you are buying 5 kilogram, 10 kilogram, 50 kilogram, 1 ton worth of food item, I charge 50,000 naira, or I charge 100,000 naira. For anything you are buying at any time, I'm charging 100,000 naira. So that's my own service fee. But for the logistics, I have to travel to Ondo State, I have to travel to Enugu, I have to go to Kano to to get this product that you want, this food item that you want, for the packaging, making sure that it doesn't spoil before it gets there, the processing and all that. That's logistics. And it will cost so amount. The product itself costs so amount. So the person will understand what uh, you are giving him or her. So even if he has to call someone to confirm the price, or even like the transport price, that okay, from so place so place, how much? Because some, depending on your client, some clients will go as far as trying to get all the costs that are involved. So sometimes your hybrid pricing is very okay. So the person will just know that, okay, now this is your service charge, and that's what you are getting in the entire in the entire business, in the entire deal. So okay, so in the pricing strategy, we are looking at local currency versus foreign currency. Which currency are you supposed to settle for? There's no currency you are settling for that is not good. It all depends on your client, on you and your client. So for some clients, they might tell you they don't to change dollars to naira might be stressful for them, or maybe they don't have the time. They would like to pay you in dollars. So you just quote them or bill them in dollars. And for some, they will tell you they have bank accounts in naira. So they will just transfer, money to your account, maybe directly from their GT Bank account, Union Bank, and what have you. So it depends on both of you. If you don't have a DOM account yet, there's no need to worry about about foreign currency. Yes, if you don't have a DOM account yet, because you need a DOM account for foreign currency, for your foreign currency. So maybe your client wants to pay you in dollars, or he or she wants to pay you in dirham or pounds. You just need to open an account. With some banks, it is free. They won't even ask you. You just fill a form and they open the account for you and send you the account number, and you can use that to cash your payment, So really dependent on the client that you are working with. So for some clients they don't mind. For some clients they would like to pay you in your own local currency. So you are free to quote in any currency of your choice. Yes. So you are actually free. You can, if the maybe you are lucky and you have an African store, or a big supermarket, or maybe you even get to meet some clients that are looking into opening their own store over there, and they give you this very long list of items that they want to stock up with. So you can give your quotation in. So it's now be something that you have to now discuss among yourself, and make sure that and make sure that a you have a good that you come to to a point where both of you agree. Okay, so beware of foreign exchange markets if you are quoting in a foreign currency. Yes, you have to beware of your foreign exchange market, and the reason is most times you are trying to make a quote, but maybe because the client is negotiating, the client is a tough negotiator, and you are now thinking, okay, let me reduce the price since $1 is even like 600 naira, or is maybe you are thinking of one very high price in your head, so you have to you mustn't go by what's in the black market or what's the rate that you are hearing that people are changing their dollars to naira. So you shouldn't be pushed by that before making your your quotation. So because by the time the money is coming in, or by the time payment is made, you go out there, you want to change the money into naira so that you won't be disappointed or you are making any losses. Even sometimes it's still good for mini exporting if you are into containerized export that you can't even withdraw the dollars because it's an inflow. So you can't withdraw it as cash. You can only use it. It's very limited. It has a limited use due to the Central Bank of Nigeria inflow policy. So you have to make sure that your quotes are balanced. If giving your quotes in foreign currency, you have to make sure they are balanced. So that by the time you you are changing to naira, it will cover for everything the client is buying. It will cover for logistics parts. It will cover for the packaging processing materials part, and your own profit will be in there for you also. So it won't be like you did the business and at the end of the day, there is there's no profit for you. So negotiating thoroughly, how do you do that? You have to be transparent to your clients from the onset, especially with new clients. When someone is just sending you direct message, a DM, like right now, you have to make sure that uh, the way you treat such person is different, completely different from the way you treat a returning customer, someone who has been buying from you for like a year, 2 years, 3 years. Don't forget that in diaspora, the community is smaller. The news travel faster among a community of people. Like maybe they are Nigerians, like maybe these are Ghanaians, like maybe they are from Kenya. So they can bond together. Once one is saying, "Oh, this person that exported this product to me, the product is not good," or maybe her process or his process is not okay, or the attitude and all that. It can affect your market in that community. Meanwhile, if someone talks better, good about your product, about you, about what you shipped or sent to them, you can have as much as 5, 10, 20 people buying the same product from you. You can even have you can be lucky to have someone that will buy in excess in large quantity just to resell or distribute over there. And you just need like one or two of that kind of client, and you'll be doing large volume. You'll be doing a large volume monthly. So do a live feed or video call with your clients when sourcing the items, during your processing, during your packaging. This helps. So, for instance, your client is having doubts that maybe the price is too high. That's not the price. You can go to the market, put it on video talk to the person, let him or her talk to the market women. So if she's Igbo, you can go into the Igbo shop, you'll see the Igbo women, they will speak their language. If it's Yoruba, you can do the same thing. So he or she will have a feel that, oh, that's actually the price, and we understand. Then constant updates from the logistics and freight process. So let's say maybe something happened, or maybe there's a case of delayed freight, delayed airline, uh, maybe the shipper, there are some delays coming from there. So you have to make sure you are updating your clients over there because they won't understand. They might be thinking maybe the product will come in by the end of the week. Then it's taking 1 week, it's taking 2 weeks, it's taking 3 weeks before it lands at the destination. So all this you have to make sure that you give them constant updates so that they can understand what's happening and it won't be like you just left them in the dark. So make sure they have the best business, the best experience for a possible referral for your business. Yes, so that they can easily refer you. When you for some people, like for instance, let me give you this example of a friend of mine that exports to um, one of these Asian countries. Is just very close to China. Yes, very close to China, but still in central. Yes, very close to China. So they they are not into the business. They just ship for a family, for one of their family that lives in that region. But because they do a thorough job, of packaging, of processing, making sure that okay, if it's crayfish they are sending, the crayfish is neat, there is no sand, there is no everything is thoroughly done. If it's locust beans, it's well dried. If it's going to be grounded, it will be grounded into powder. There will be no dust, no sand, no stone, no, you know. So they make sure they do a very good job that their family over there had to recommend them to another friend. Then this also recommended them to another friend. And like that, they got a contract with one of these Indian stores over there that has a very big store. He's an Indian, but he also sells African spices, African soup ingredients. And that's how they started shipping out large volume of spices so you don't know the person that is actually really looking into what you are sending to them. So it's very good that they have a very good experience so that by the time maybe they have visitors, maybe there's a party going on and it was your product, it was what you sent that they are eating, they are feasting on, they can say, oh, the person that shipped this snail to me, he did a lovely job or a wonderful job of the snail. And before you know it, now friend two is asking for your contact. That, oh, let me talk to him. Maybe I can also buy. So that's how you now start building. You just need one client, and once you are able to build a very good relationship with that client, then referrals start coming in, and you start doing large volume business in that community. So, okay, I've always spoken about getting paid as a very important aspect of exporting in general. But when it comes to getting paid, it's really different. The containerized export is very different from mini exporting. They are two completely different things. In the process of how you get paid. For mini exporting, you can be talking to your client right now. All you need is maybe 500,000 naira, and he or she can just say, okay, send your account, I'll send you 300, I'll send you 350. Once everything is done and ready and you ship or is ready to be sent, I'll balance you, you send it, I get the item. But because of the different experiences that everyone has has gotten in this area of the world. Maybe they've paid into the account of some people, and they are now having issues like they weren't able to get what they pay for, or maybe they've paid then even what the person promised to send, the quality they were expecting is now not what they are able to So all this could actually just make the person to doubt that, oh, should I pay, or maybe this person should just send to me first before I balance the payment. So but it depends on your relationship with the client. If it's a first time client, you can't tell such client that you have to pay 100% at first. So maybe because, for instance, you are just starting the business, it's not like you have uh, a steady cash flow already. You just want to build this business. Not like you have the capital on ground also. So it's you can just request that okay, you have to pay 50% or you have to pay 30%, 40%, 60%. Then when I get everything and everything is ready, you balance so that I'll be able to, cover the logistics, the freight parts to get this item or the product to you. And because you are using the negotiate thoroughly, the previous slide that I mentioned that you should, do a video call during your processing, your packaging, and all that. Because you are doing that with the client, it's easy for the client to trust that you've bought that. Oh, 50% I sent you, you've bought all the items, everything is complete, or maybe the 60%, everything is complete. So even if the client sent you, let's say 50%, now that 50% is not even could not even buy everything. You still need more money. Because you've been carrying him along or her along and all that, it's easy for you to request and say, okay, look at everything I've been able to buy in the list. Now it remains so and so and so. I'll need you to send more money so that I can buy that and put things in order. Really simple. So, but getting part payment from, especially from first time clients, it's really it makes such clients share the risk with you so that they don't just bear the risk 100%. They don't bear the risk 100%. So both of you can actually share the risk among yourself. So for some clients, they might be driving for payment after service, after you've bought everything, you sourced the product, you've packed the product, you've processed it. What's supposed to be dried, you've dried it, you've done everything. You sent the pictures, the videos, they can see it, they see it's on ground, and you ship to them. So some at that point when they see that everything is ready, they can send you the money, or maybe they send a part of the money to you. Then when it lands at their doorstep or at their port where they have to clear it, they balance you. So depending on your agreement with the client. So, but when it comes payment after service, you are the one taking all the risk. So most of the time, this is requested from first time clients. Maybe they don't know who you are, or they are skeptical, or they have their doubts. And sometimes it could be from your own, social media profile. Maybe by the time they went through your profile and all that, they weren't able to know who they are dealing with or who they want to do business with. And so because of that, they are requesting for payment after service. So, but there are various ways to deal with this. One of it is to make sure that your communication is really transparent and open, and do a lot of video calls at first. It's not something that you do all the time, but initially you just invest in that first part. Then payment before service. Usually you do this when your client is a returning client, or the client was referred by another client who has been buying from you already. So it will be easy for that client to just pay you that okay, this is what I want to buy, this is what I want to buy, this is what I want to buy. Everything is 1 million, or everything is 200,000 or 500,000. Okay, send your account, I pay you. When am I supposed to? When should I be expecting? In 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time? Okay, 2 weeks' time, fine. And that's it. So because one person has already trust in your brand and referred you, so it's very easy to do that. So, but at first, you might be getting more offers like part payment or the advance payment, or maybe payment after service. So you can be getting that. So you have to know how to talk, negotiate, communicate your way through those type of obstacles or challenges. So also under getting paid, you have to be able to check your clients, the kind of person who is doing business with you. Just as in this part of the world, there are lots of people will collect money and they won't deliver. You can also have like that in that area, especially when what you are working on is payment after service that you have to buy everything, package it, process it, and send it. Then that's when payment comes in after you've done everything and you've sent it. Okay, for instance, let's say you have a client ordering for 50 packs of malt, 50 packs of maybe a herbal drink, maybe 50 packs of Coke or Fanta, or and after you bought all the drinks, you ship it. Then when he gets it, that's when he's paying you up. So you have to make sure that you know that client also. Don't forget that in this case, you are bearing 100% of the risk. So you have to be able to check the social media. How can you track the person? How can you call out the person just in case if anything happens, to avoid stories that touch the heart. So what to look out for: if he has friends you can reach out to, if there are other Nigerians, Africans in that community that they are easy to reach out to. If his house address or where he lives on the social media space. So these are some of the things that you need to also look at, that you need to look into. So, but nevertheless, I'm going to my advice will not be to go for payment after your service. It has to be like a part payment, advance payment thing, so that maybe the person is paying you at least 50%. Even if it's a first time client, or less than that, but pay you something so that both of you can share the risk and you can know that he or she is committed in in the transaction, or in the deal, or in whatever contract that both of you have. So all these I've been able to chronicle in my book A to Z of Me Exporting. A to Z of Me Exporting. The ebook currently is selling for 20,000 naira, and the paperback is 30,000 naira. So you can find details of how you can get your copy on the slides of this class. The phone number is there, or that where you can talk to a representative on WhatsApp. You can also send it to our email. You can also send it to our email. So thank you very much, and we'll continue the live class tomorrow.